welcome to Little Lights Online. It is our last Little Lights Online for over the summer. So we're finished today and we'll be back in September. But we thought, what better to celebrate than having a camping and holiday theme this morning. So we decided to set up a tent in our front room because it's actually raining at the moment outside. So I've got Ben and Joe. Joe's loving rolling around in all the space outside and he loves the green tent. Do you have a tent? And if so, what colour is your tent? I'd love to know. Now, we were thinking about lots of things that we like to do when we go camping or go on holiday. And I know that for some of you, like we've had to cancel our flights to go away to a really hot country. Instead, we're going to have a camping holiday here in the UK. But what things do we do when we go on holiday? We love to go to the beach, don't we?
Yeah.
We love to have sausages in a frying pan. We love to go fishing. We also love to build sandcastles on the beach as well. Eat ice creams. Have a look at some of these pictures now. Lots of things and ideas that you can do on your summer holidays this year in England. Off you go. Right, rhyme time. What songs are we going to sing today? So one of the things we mentioned that we like doing is cooking sausages in a frying pan for our tea when we go camping. What do you have for tea when you go camping? Are you ready? Let's do 5 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. Here we go. 5 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. 5 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. And if one went pop and the other went bang, there'll be 4 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. 4 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. 4 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. And if one went pop and the other went bang, there'll be 3 fat sausages sizzling in the pan. 3 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. 3 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. And if one went pop and the other went, what's it?
Bang.
Bang. There'll be 2 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. 2 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. And if one went pop and the other went bang, there'll be 1 fat sausage sitting in a pan. 1 fat sausage sitting in a pan. And if one went pop and the other went bang, there'll be no more sausages sizzling in a pan. Do you know where they'll be? They'll be in my tummy. Who loves sausages? I know you love sausages, don't you, Ben? But I would love some sausages for my dinner if I went camping. Okay, so the next song is going to take place when it happens at night time. So when you're camping and you look up in the starry sky, you see lots and lots of twinkling stars. There's 1 star. It's 2 stars. 3 stars. Whew. That was a shooting star. Why don't you line your tents, look up into the night sky and see how many stars you could spot. Are you ready to get your fingers ready? Let's get our fingers ready. Help Joe. Twinkle, twinkle, here we go. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Should we do it one more time? Will you help me with the actions this time? Because I think I've forgotten them. Will you help me? Will you help me at home? Are you ready? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
I'm asleep.
Oh, I think that song made Ben go to sleep, actually. He's fast asleep. He's snoring. So there's lots of different ways that we can go on holiday. So some of us might have had the luxury of going on holiday on a plane, but some of us might have to go on a boat, a car, or for us, we could go on a big red bus, couldn't we? You ready? It's really going to go on a big red bus for us as well. You're going to sit at the front. Are you ready to get our wheels ready? Here we go. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all day long. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. Swish, 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 the wipers on the bus go swish, 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 all day long. The horn on the bus goes beep, 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 beep. The horn on the bus goes beep, 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 all day long. The mummies on the bus go, I love you, I love you, I love you. The mummies on the bus go, I love you, all day long. The driver on the bus goes, all aboard, all aboard, all aboard. The driver on the bus goes, all aboard, all day long. Right, our last song this morning is about going down in the garden, because actually some of us might have big gardens and we might do camping outside in the garden. So it's a song where you're going to meet different animals that might come along in the garden. It can be animals from the jungle or it can be animals from the garden. So we can make up that as we go along. So what animal is going to fill the space? Here we go. Down in the garden where nobody goes, there's a great big tiger washing his clothes with a scrub-a-dub here and a scrub-a-dub there. That's the way he washes his clothes. A-do, a-do, a-do-be-do-be-do-be-do-be-do. A-do, a-do-be-do-be-do. Down in the garden where nobody goes, there's a great big
monkey
washing his clothes with a scrub-a-dub here and a scrub-a-dub there. That's the way he washes his clothes. A-do, a-do, a-do-be-do-be-do-be-do-be-do. A-do, a-do-be-do-be-do. Down in the garden where nobody goes, there's a great big lion. Whoa! Washing his clothes with a scrub-a-dub here and a scrub-a-dub there. That's the way he washes his clothes. A-do, a-do, a-do-be-do-be-do-be-do-be-do. A-do, a-do-be-do-be-do. Ooh. Down in the garden where nobody goes, there's a great big, I know, crocodile washing his clothes with a scrub-a-dub here and a scrub-a-dub there. That's the way he washes his clothes. A-do, a-do, a-do-be-do-be-do-be-do-be-do. A-do, a-do-be-do-be-do-be-do-be-do. So the lovely thing about being outside, there you go, Joe. The lovely thing about being outside is that you are surrounded by nature. And in nature, there's lots and lots of things that you can collect to make things that are arty, such as leaves, branches, stones, pebbles, you name it, you can find it. So your challenge this holiday is to find things that you can make pictures or artwork with. This is some examples of what you can do with things we find in our environment, and I'm also going to show you how to make a fabulous necklace out of leaves and a piece of string. Here you go. Okay, so we're going to make a necklace using leaves. And the first thing you need to do is you need to collect all the different things you're going to need. So you need a hole punch, a piece of string or a bit of wool, some pasta or any sort of sequence you might have. And we've also got some leaves. And what you'll notice about all my leaves is that I've had to put a hole in them, and the way I've done that is I've used my hole punch to make holes, and it makes it much easier to thread my bit of wool through than it is to use a needle, because obviously needles can prick and that's not very good, is it? So that's all my bits and pieces that I'm going to need, and so I start threading. And the reason I've got some pasta is to make it a little bit more jazzy and to make my necklace a bit more exciting. So you'll see I begin to thread lots of different things through. Now this might be a bit tricky, but it should work really, really well. And then you just thread your pasta through, and you're just going to do different alternate patterns. And what that means is that you start with a leaf, then pasta, leaf, then pasta. Can you see how the pattern repeats until you're quite happy that your necklace is full of all the different leaves that you might have collected? Now you don't just have to have normal plain green leaves, you could have spiky red leaves, or you could have flowers or petals, but please always ask mummy or daddy or anyone in your garden permission before you start picking leaves. So I'm just going to do this last one so you can see. And what you've then got is a repeated pattern necklace of a leaf, pasta, leaf, pasta, leaf. Okay, can you see? And you can tie it. So maybe you could think about someone you'd like to give your necklace to. It could be that you make it into a bracelet as well, so you'll need a shorter piece of string. I've got this one as well where I've used another bit of material, and again I've done an alternate pattern where I've got my leaf, a bead, leaf, bead, etc, etc. Okay, so why don't you try and create your own different necklace leaf. Here's lots and lots of different ideas as well of other things that you can do in your own homes with lots of things that are creative and things to do with nature that you can collect and make craft activities out of. Enjoy! So we now have a really lovely story for you all about camping. So I hope you enjoy it.
So boys, we're camping tonight, yeah?
Yes.
So we're going to read Topsy and Tim Go
Camping.
Yeah, right, okay. Topsy and Tim Go Camping. Topsy and Tim were going camping with Mummy and Dad. They were taking 2 tents, a big one for Mummy and Dad and a small one for Topsy and Tim. It was a long drive, but at last they arrived at the campsite. It was in a field beside a little wood. Topsy and Tim helped to unload the car. Putting up the tents was a puzzle at first, but Topsy and Tim soon remembered how to do it. "I like our tent best," said Topsy. Tim went to fetch water. He was surprised to find a tap in the field. It was a very splashy tap. There was hot soup for supper and sandwiches and big red apples. After supper, Topsy and Tim went with Mummy and Dad to explore the wood. "Somebody's been painting arrows on the trees," said Tim. "Look." "Yes," said Mummy. "If we follow these arrows, they will take us for a good walk and bring us back to camp." When they got back to their camp, they saw that another family had arrived in the field. 2 big boys and their mum and dad. They were unloading their car and putting up their tent. The big boys were very noisy. "Let's go and play in our tent," said Topsy and Tim. "It's time you two got into your sleeping bag," said Mummy. Topsy and Tim were almost asleep in their cosy sleeping bags when something hit their tent with a wallop. It gave them a fright. The naughty boys had kicked a football hard at Topsy and Tim's tent. "Sorry," called the boys. Next morning, Topsy and Tim were up bright and early, and so were the big boys. "We're going to play in the wood," said the big boys. "We'll come too," said Topsy and Tim. They had a wonderful time in the wood. They swung from the trees like monkeys. "I'm the king of the jungle," shouted Tim. They chased after rabbits, trying to catch them, but the rabbits ran faster. "I nearly caught one," puffed Topsy, "but it ran down a rabbit hole." At last, they began to feel hungry. None of them had had breakfast. They wanted to go back to the camp, but they did not know which way to go. "We're lost," said one of the big boys. "No, we're not," said Topsy. "The arrows on the trees will lead us back to camp. Mummy said so." Mummy and Dad were glad to see them.
They've got mud.
"They've got mud. I was just coming to find you," said Dad. "What have you been up to?" "We've had adventures," said Tim. Topsy and Tim were ready for breakfast, but Mummy could not get the camp stove to work. "We'll have to make do with the cold breakfast," she said. The big boy's dad came to see what was wrong. "Come and join us," he said. "There's plenty of room on our barbecue." Soon there was a lovely smell of sausages and bacon cooking on the big boy's barbecue, and there was plenty for everyone. "I love camping," said Tim. "I wish we could stay here forever," said Topsy. "Wow. Would you like to stay here in our tent forever?" Yeah? Cool.
So we're going to go now, and we want to just wish everybody a really, really wonderful summer holiday. Thank you for tuning in to our Little Lights over this term. We'll be back in September with some brand new videos. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay well, and we're thinking about all of you. We'll stay connected via WhatsApp and Facebook as well over the summer, so you can tune into what we're doing and so I'll send some ideas, maybe things like how to make Play-Doh with your children at home and with Mummy and Daddy at home. But have a wonderful, wonderful break. Wherever you go, wherever you might go camping, or if you're able to get away on a holiday, we want to just bless you as you go and say that we are thinking of you, and we hope that you do have a wonderful, wonderful time. Anyway, so from us, we are going to say goodbye. Joe is rolling around our tent. I think he likes the space. And Ben, are you going to go to sleep in our tent?
Sleeping bag.
With your sleeping bag. Who's got a sleeping bag? Maybe you could set up a tent in your own bedroom or in your own front room as well and do camping yourself. But in the meantime, have a great, great holiday, and we'll see you soon. Much love. Bye now.